as I say, I do know that Spirit is coming close. So, oh dear, yes, they are. They are starting to come close. I can feel them. Okay, right, because Spirit Divine works with all, works with each and every one within different ways. Spirit Divine will use all energies that will help them and help you. You have heard so many times spoken, ask, you will receive. Each time you ask a question, you receive the answer from Spirit that will help you, that will give you greater knowledge, that will help you to go forward with your understanding of Spirit itself. You see, many within life, they do not like to talk about those that have taken the transition. They only like to talk about those with love, but they do not understand taking the transition from the physical body is a beautiful thing that takes place because the spirit within is released from the shell, the body. It will not feel pain. It will not feel the suffering that man has felt within life. But the spirit within has gained greater knowledge because that spirit has lived within the shell of the body itself, and through life has got great knowledge within it that it takes forward into the realms of spirit. And that knowledge is shared with those in spirit. And this is how each and every one of you, when learning the lessons of life, will help those in spirit to gain greater knowledge of the life they left behind. And at the same time, as they gain the greater knowledge, they are able to return to help those that are in need. You see, we in spirit, we do choose who we wish to work with. We choose who to serve. We choose those that are worthy. Many within life will say that they are the ones that call to spirit to work with them. That isn't the way that it is. We see a vessel. We see one that's worthy. We see one that's true. We see one that's sincere and one that is willing to serve. And we attach ourselves to them. And this is how that is come about with the vessel that is speaking to you at this moment of time. We chose him. He did not choose us. And that is why we love to come to speak through him, to speak to people such as yourselves that are searching. Already we are looking at each and every one of you as we look at many within life to see which one is worthy, to see which one we wish to come and attach ourselves to. But we only come to those that are sincere of heart and sincere of mind, who is willing to help others within life, not themselves. You see, you've heard the saying, as you give, so shall you receive. When you're giving freely to man, the understanding of life beyond life, when you give that freely of man, that of the healing, and when you give freely of your time, we always help those who help us. God works in mysterious ways, and his wonders he does perform. We listen to those words within life, and we just take them for granted. But we in spirit, we understand the words far more, because you see, God does perform, and he does bring the wonders within life. So you see, each and every one of you, listen to your heart, listen to your feelings, use the energies, allow spirit to draw close to you, and we will come, not always with the click of a finger, but we will make our presence known to you, and you will see, for your minds will be open, your eyes will be open, your senses will become stronger, and you will feel the energies of love from those who have gone before you. Remember, hear the words of philosophy. Remember this, you are the ones that must always search for the truth, and you must feel it within your heart. Now I will step aside. I will let those come to speak to you and to bring that of the truth within the questions you are asking. It is time. It is time. I love to come. This is the time that I have the privilege of speaking to each and every one of you through the vessel. Yes, we hear the laughter within your heart, but we also see the tears within your eyes. We feel the heaviness that you carry upon your shoulders with your everyday life. But when you come, you try to put all of this to one side so that you can feel the power of spirit. And that is what we love, because you bring new energies to each and every one. And that is why I say, I love to come, use the vessel, because I am here not only to serve you, but to serve those in spirit by bringing truth toward you. So please ask your questions, and if it's God's will, I will give the answer to you in truth.
Bless you, sister.
Bless you, brother.
May I ask other people to ask their questions today first?
You must do what you feel is right, brother. But I have got to say to you, I love to hear the voice of individuals. Their vibrations within their tone gives greatness to me.
Yes, so I'll just bring Jo Durran in to ask her question first to
God bless
sisters.
you.
Bless you.
Good evening, sister. I hope you can help me with my question.
If I can, I will do, my dear.
Thank you. Right, a friend of mine has a wooden little man ornament that sits on her fence. In the late evening, she speaks to it and its head, arms and legs move for about 15 minutes. Who is doing this and who is she speaking to?
First of all, my dear, normally, and I say normally, we like to hear the voice vibration of the being that wants the answer to the question.
Okay.
But in this case, we understand that the being themselves, because of their health conditions, cannot be around. But I can tell you that of spirit will show a sign to man in many ways. Some may hear the words and they will say, it's your imagination, you are foolish, you are seeing things that are not there. But I can tell you this, the words that I bring, which will help them to understand a love that will not let me go. One of a strong bond of love in the realms of spirit, and one of a gentleman that uses that instrument, uses that channel to show they are around. They will move many things because we in spirit, we can move and we can move what we want. So you see the answer to that for your friend is that it is a loved one in spirit and one that has the strong attachment of love, you understand?
I do, yes.
God bless you.
Bless you. Thank you. That was lovely. Thank you.
Bless you. Okay, the next question is from Brother Patrick. Please, Patrick, if you can.
Good evening, Safena.
Hello, brother. It is lovely to hear your voice. It is
Thank
nice
you.
and always a pleasure.
Thank you very much. My question is, do our guides work for others or do they just work with one person?
Let me explain to you, my brother. It is important to know this. You have asked a question, but you did not speak it properly.
Okay.
Because you see, when you ask a question, your guide is your guide that will guide you through life. Those that come around you, they are helpers that will help you through life. So when you speak of your guide is your mainstay that will not go anywhere other than to yourself. But that of the helper, they come in and out to help you, brother. They are the ones that can attach themselves to others as well. But you know, it's the way that God has made the plan. That spirit, when you have your time of your material, you are on your own. But when it comes to the time of your spiritual, that is where the guides, the helpers draw closer to you. And the helpers are the ones that will bring much knowledge to you, that will bring greater energies to you. Always remember that, my brother.
Thank you very much.
God bless you.
God bless you.
Well, this is an exciting one, sister. We've got Carol Rains who's going to ask a question for the first time. Just unmuting you, Carol.
Good evening, sister.
Hello, my dear.
May I ask a question?
You may.
Is there forgiveness in the spirit world?
Yes and no. Let me explain to you, my dear. When we say yes and no, you have to remember this. When taking the transition into the realms of spirit, you have to see those that stand before you, that have either give you grief and harm within life, or you have done that to them. You must then ask for forgiveness, as they must ask for forgiveness also. But you have those that will not ask for forgiveness, so it cannot be accepted, you understand? So
Yes.
you see here, there are two things you must realize. Those that will not accept the apologies, that will not accept that they have done wrong, they move in a different direction and they move aside from the living of the energies of that of the spirit within the realms. You understand?
I do. Thank you.
God bless you, my dear.
God bless you.
Okay. Next question is from Denise. Just unmuting you, Denise.
I just muted myself. Good evening. Sorry. Good evening, Sister Safena. I was wondering, can I please ask for spiritual guidance on which path that I'm meant to take, and if there's anything that I should be doing that can help me spiritually evolve into a better person that I am today? Thank you.
That is a very, very simple question and a very simple answer. To progress forward within your spiritual path, you must learn to trust yourself more. You must also ask yourself, what do I want to do? How do I want to evolve within my knowledge of spirit? Who can I turn to? Who can I trust? You must first of all learn to trust more your spirit helpers and guides, but you must also learn to trust yourself, because you see you are the being that spirit have chosen to move forward. We can help you, we can guide you, but it's like the saying within life. You can lead a horse to water, but you cannot make it drink. So for you to progress and to go forward, to find your path within life spiritually, you must learn to trust yourself. Trust your spirit helpers and guides. Let them lead you in the right way, because it is very easy to say, I would take the left road, but find yourself walking the right road. You must choose that, you understand?
Yes, thank you, Sister.
God bless you.
Bless you, Sister. Thank you.
Right, Daphne, I'm just going to unmute you to ask a question to Sister Safena. There you go.
May I ask a question, Sister Savannah?
No. Yes, you may, my dear. Be like to just as you know.
My question is, why am I as a fledgling asked to look within myself and reflect upon myself?
You must do that, my dear, because if you do not know you, how will you get to know your spirit within you? You have to look within yourself. You have to learn to love yourself. You have to learn to understand that when you're serving God, when you're serving spirit to help mankind, you have to make sure that the words that leave your mouth are the right words that will bring comfort, that will bring upliftment. But if you do not know yourself within, how can you feel what others are feeling where life is concerned? We know that in life, you have your what you call difficulties, and we know that it is hard sometimes to accept yourself. But remember this, God gave you life. God has given you guidance. Spirit have been taking your hand through many conditions where life is concerned.
And you must learn to thank them. You must learn to trust them. And when you trust yourself within, you will reach out, you will become stronger, and we in spirit will be able to give you greater guidance. You understand?
I understand. Thank you, Sister
my dear.
Savannah.
Right, next question is from the lovely Jessie. I'm just going to unmute you, Jessie, if you're there. There you go.
Hi, sister.
Hello, my dear.
Can I ask a question, please?
Oh, I will have to think on that. And you may ask a question, but please do not take an hour to ask it. You understand?
I do, sister.
Yes, you, my dear.
I'm sorry if I offend anyone or upset anyone in this question, but I wanted to ask you, what happens to babies that aren't actually breathed like they are through like miscarriages or abortion?
Let me explain something to you, my dear. You were just asked a question, and I put it very politely to you.
Yeah.
First of all, be in spirit. We do not look at the word abortion. A child that is sent to the earth for a very short period of time is a child that is doing the bidding of the Father God to help those who do not fulfill their destiny within life. We always look to when one whose child has been taken from them one way or another. We only allow the word miscarriage. No one should know anybody's business about how a child leaves the world, because there are many that will look down on that word, and many will look down on the being, but they do not understand what that being is going through. They do not understand the reason why, because man will judge, and that is the wrong thing for man to do. No one knows the situations. So when we in spirit, when a child leaves of the physical body and is taken into the realms of spirit, they are greeted with the loved ones that have gone before, that will help them to grow within the spirit life. And when the time comes, and they do Hikisomarasia, my contender with Toshia, Bila Kotoria Parisira Biparova. My dear, please forgive, I forgot myself for a short time and spoke in my own tongue. But what I was going to say to you is this. A child, when taken into the realms of spirit, the loved ones that have gone before, they will take care of them. They will nurture them. They will help them to grow. And when the time comes for you to take the transition into the realms, they will be greeting you. They will be reaching out their arms towards you. They will be giving you the hug, and they will be thanking you. So do not, please, put words that must not be spoken when that word should be private. You understand?
I do, sister. Sorry.
No, my dear, please do not apologize. You asked a question, and we in spirit can only answer in the way that we must. Because here in spirit, we do not judge man. It is man that judges themselves. So I hope that has helped you in the path of your knowledge.
It has, sister. Thank you.
God bless you, my dear.
And you.
God bless you. Right. Lovely Janet with the nice hairdo. I wonder what it looks like in Safena's eye. I'm just going to mute you.
Good evening, Safena.
Hello, my dear.
Hope you're well.
I'm very well, my dear, and I'm very pleased to see you. I heard what our brother has just said. I like your hair, but it isn't the hair that I look at. I look at the beautiful face, and I love to see the smile within the eyes. That is important to me in spirit. Anyone can put a head upon the shoulders, but it's what is within that counts. You understand?
I do, thank you.
God bless you, my dear. What is your question?
When people leave and go to the realms of heaven, are they still called by their names as they was on earth?
The name they are christened within. And I say christened because you see, we're not talking of the baptism, we are talking of the name that has been chosen by their parents within life, who christen that name for life. That stays with them as they go into the realms of spirit. It will never ever leave them. Remember, the name is that within the living thought, and the living thought never dies. Otherwise, that living thought is your spirit, and that is what we say to you. You keep your name. You understand, my dear?
I do, thank you ever so much. God bless, sister.
I will tell you, my dear, that William is very close to you, Bill, from the realms of spirit. And yes, you have been thinking of him. And yes, he has drawn close to you. So I will leave him with you, my dear. You understand?
I do, thank you ever so much.
Bless you. Right, sister, can I ask 2 questions?
Oh, dear, dear, dear. You are a very difficult one.
I'll give you the 100 quid next week.
Oh, my dear, I tell you, brother, if we could have money, we would be very rich here in the realms of spirit. But you only offer it because you know we cannot spend it. But brother, making jest is what it's all about, and you may ask your question.
Bless you, sister. I'm just wondering, because there's a lot in the ocean that we do not understand. I'm just wondering, are there evolved aquatic creatures in our sea that can serve as spiritual guides or helpers in spirit? Or is it always a human spirit?
No, 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 no. You see, every creature that lives upon the earth, whether it be that upon the land or on the sea, everyone has a spirit within. There are those that are more evolved with their knowledge. There are many that will have more brains. And we do not mean in the sense of that they have greater knowledge within that one brain. They have more brains. And they are the ones that sees everything within that of the ocean, the depth of the ocean. And they sometimes, I do say this to you, brother, they too suffer because man is willing to catch them and to destroy them. Yet they have greater knowledge if only man could find a way to use their scientists to connect with the brains of those that have greater knowledge of the depth. Man has not yet gone deep enough to find most of them. You see, the creatures of the deep, the biggest majority, are not fools. They know how to hide themselves from man. So they are ones that are protected, you understand?
I do, sister.
God bless you, brother.
God bless you. The next question, if I do not infringe, how many elders are there in the universe? Is it a small number or are there many?
Well, my brother, let me explain to you first of all. When you speak of the elders, man will look at man within life and call them the elders. But the true elders are the gods. And when you look at the gods, which are the true elders, they are the ones that are the elders that watch over each and every one. I will not give you an amount. I will say this. When you look at the population within your world, and you look at the elders, the gods, there are only a few. You understand?
Yes, sister. God bless you for the wisdom. Right, the next person. Adrian, I'm just going to unmute you to ask your question.
Hello, sister.
Hello, brother. You know you came very quickly with those words, and it was lovely. We felt the vibrations here. What can I do here? What can I do for you?
Is it possible that we can meditate enough to access the Akashic records?
No. No. There is not enough time within the life of man to go into the records that of the library of spirit. They would not have time. The only time that man will ever find any true knowledge within the libraries of spirit is when you come to the realms of spirit and you open the door and you walk into it and you start from the ground up. There is so much for you to learn. That is why we are grateful in the spirit that there is no time, because otherwise you would be looking towards centuries before you can say that you are on the third shelf from the floor. You understand?
I do, sister. Thank you very much.
You are welcome, brother.
Bless. Right, Chris, I'm just going to unmute you to ask of your question. There you go.
Thank you. Hello, sister.
Hello, brother.
Just one question. Because we're all spirits, how can we open our vibrations more to connect to where we came from and get answers we seek? Or do we have limitations on this realm as humans?
Let me first of all explain to you, brother. You have said, how can we open ourselves up to find out where you came from? You do not need to know where you came from. You do not need to know if there is a past life. The most important thing for you to understand is this. You are living your life at this moment. And the knowledge that you must seek is the knowledge within this life and the knowledge of what is in front of you within the new realms. There is so much that is to be learned. But when you look backwards, how do you know that you was here before? How do you know whether or not your journey is just beginning? We are not allowed to tell you because this is part of you finding the knowledge within inside yourself, within your inner spirit, by listening to the energies, by listening to the vibrations, and you must follow what you feel within yourself. You understand?
I do. Thank you, sister.
God bless you, brother.
Sure. Right, lovely Angie. I'm just going to unmute you. There you go.
Thank you. Good evening, sister.
Hello, my dear.
For the first time in a very, very long time, I'm feeling lost. The last 4 weeks has been horrendous, and this week it just got worse, and it don't look like it's going to get any better. And I just don't know what to do with this sadness inside me at the minute. I just don't know where to throw it.
Well, let me tell you, you do not throw it anywhere. My dear, we understand in the realms of spirit of your heartache. We understand because we see the tears that flow within. You put on an act for others around you to pretend that you are not feeling the pain and the suffering of everything that is taking place. This is the time when you will feel lost, because this is the time when you start to doubt. This is the time when you start to lose faith. This is the time when you start to ask questions. When one has taken the transition suddenly and you do not understand why, you question, you doubt, and you start to ask then, why cannot someone give me the answers? You know, you've heard the old saying, and it is a true saying. Heartaches and pains and troubles do not come in ones and twos, but comes in threes and sometimes fours. You have got all yours come at once. You're trying to be strong, but you are not. That is why at this moment of time you are feeling lost within yourself, because you are not getting support from those of the earth around you, because you feel your duty is to give them the strength. No one sees how you suffer within yourself. You understand?
Yes, sister.
You will become stronger. And I've got to say this to you. Behind every heartache comes that of the fullness of love. And that is important. If you can, my dear, within your mind, stay strong. But we in spirit, we are giving you strength if you will accept it. You understand me?
Yes, sister. Thank you.
God bless you.
Bless you.
Bless you. Right. The next person is Joe Durran. I'm just going to find you, Joe. There you are. Muted you.
Hello, Sister Sabina. I have another question for you, if I may.
Well, let's see. If it's one that you're asking, will you get married tomorrow? The answer is no to that question. You understand?
Yeah, good. The question is, what is the purpose of my spiritual journey and how far have I travelled with it?
Well, my dear, the purpose of your spiritual journey is one that is very, very easy to answer. Your purpose of your spiritual journey is that you see, as you gain the knowledge within the material life that you live at this moment, you were taken to the realms of spirit. You see, there are many where family is concerned of the days gone by.
Yes.
That was gifted with that of the knowledge of spirit. And
Yeah.
you too want to follow in their footsteps. You want to follow in their footsteps. And you want to know that the way your life is taking you, am I helping others? Am I getting greater understanding? And when my transition takes place, what will I be doing when I go forward? You will have great knowledge to share in the realms of spirit with those that do not understand what it is about, but you will help them. You see, we in spirit, we want everyone to learn lessons. We want them to be taught in the right way. And you will go forward, and do not be surprised that when you go forward, you are asked to go and teach within the school of learning, because there is great knowledge within you that can be brought back to the earth in time to come. So that is your purpose within life, my dear.
Thank you. Thank you. I think that explains it. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Bless you.
Bless. Right, next person is Denise. I'm just going to find you everyone's windows. There you go. Muted.
Good evening again, Sister Zafena. Can I go back to the question that Angie just asked? A lot of people at this time, they are feeling confused, lost, and feeling kind of that they're not in a good place. Is it the fact that are we going through a time of transition where we need to release the things that we've been holding on to that serve no purpose for our higher self or for our spiritual growth? Is it a time of where people need to look at the way that we're living our lives, including myself, that don't serve us any purpose? It's like figuring out where we are meant to be, where we are meant to go, and not being materialistic, not thinking we need so much stuff. It's living a life of balance and peace.
Or are you giving yourself the answer?
I'm asking the question, is this what's going on?
I know, my dear.
Sorry,
But
Sister Zafena.
I do not mean to be rude to you.
No.
That is not what we are. But
I know.
you see, I do thank you for the question you're asking. But you have already put 4 questions into one.
Sorry.
I want to give the answers to you correctly. So please, I will say this to you. When the lady previous asked the question, the answer was given. You say, I will then add unto it by asking, is this the cleansing to remove all of the waste that is no longer needed? Let me tell you this, and let me tell you truthfully, my dear. We do watch the earth, we watch men. We see what is taking place at this moment of time. We do see all the suffering, and we really do feel their pains. We feel not only of the pains of those that are taking the transition into the realms, but we also feel the pains of those that are left behind. Man will ask many questions of what is taking place with the disease that is brought upon the earth. This, if you look back to the history of time, a cleansing to wake man's mind up so that they can start to look at life properly. Everyone within life has evolved, and as they've evolved, they come into the understandings of one thing. It is all about me. They have forgotten that in times gone by, men took care of each other. And that is what is being brought back within life itself. So when you see someone that is suffering, when you feel someone's pain, that is what you must do. Help them. Help them by listening to their words, by feeling their pain, and helping them to understand. These conditions are not brought to make them suffer, is to help them to understand that man has lost its way, and that's why they should unite together, help each other, give strength and love to each other. It isn't a case of sorting out the weak. It's not a case of saying they are surplus. It is a case of we feel everything, we see everything, but we know that this is the time that man has got to change in many ways. You understand?
Yes, thank you, Sister Savannah.
God bless you, my dear, and please, I never wish to be rude to anyone or try to overspeak them. But I like to listen to the questions that are brought in the way of individuals, not in a group, because I must explain to you, it is very difficult for me to try to hold on to every word that you are saying. You understand?
Yes, Sister Savannah.
God bless you, my dear.
God bless you. Thank you.
Right, the next one is Jessie. I'm just going to unmute you to ask your questions, Sister Savannah.
Hi, sister.
Hello, my dear.
May I ask for spirit healing, please?
The spiritual healing will be given to you without question. All you have to do is through the heart and mind. Call to those that are the healers of that of the earth. They will hear you, and then you must call to that of the healing angels that will also come to you. Because you see, healing of the body, healing of the mind will come to you through all the energies, through that of the energies of spirit, through the energies of the universe, through the energies of the earth and the energies of man. They will restore you back to health once again. And may I say to you, my dear, without opening too much, the healing that is needed is within the mind. You understand?
I do, sister. Thank you.
Together, my dear.
Thank you.
God bless you.
And you.
Right, lovely Dee. I'm just going to unmute you. There you go.
Good evening, Sister Savannah.
Hello.
I'd like to ask a question, which is a bit personal in nature, but what I'd like to know is, has anybody got access to come into my house, please? or have they been in the house?
Let me explain to you. Materially, your door is open to those within life that can come and go as they please. And sometimes there are those within life that have the keys to enter into your home when you are not there.
Yeah.
But if you look to that of spirit, spirit will come in and out of your home. They do not need a key. They do not need permission. They will come. But when you are asking, who is it that is coming into my home? That we are not allowed to say to you, because you see that becomes then, shall I say, a little difficult, because we understand of the purpose you have asked that question.
Thank you.
We cannot and must not put words into the mind of man. You understand?
Yes.
God bless you.
Thank you.
God bless you. Sister, may I ask another question?
Well, I will say to you, brother, you can ask as many questions as you want to, but will you please? I have just heard the way you spoke. I want you to lift and raise your voice, because you felt a little solemn within your voice.
Yeah, I'm just a little dizzy at the moment, sister.
Yes, that is true.
Yeah.
Eu amigo sayasi morcosina namarikai nematosium prosia. Mekam likam watosua. You will receive the healing now from myself, my spirit, my energies to lift you, one that is the worthy servant of spirit, because you need that, you understand. So you may ask of your question, please.
Yes, sister, that question is about that. I've had a bit of a rocky week, and I was just asking, seeking out you, because it's you I kind of have that bond of trust with. Do you have any spiritual guidance on all what's been going on?
Yes, my brother, listen to me. We see all, we hear all, we feel all. And yes, my brother, let me tell you, your heart is good. Your intentions are good. We are very proud of you here in spirit. We have seen much change that has come within your life. We see how you have progressed. We will not fail you. We will not fail you. But you feel that others within life are failing you at this moment of time. But that is because of their foolishness, because of their ignorance. You have got to remember, brother, when you speak to men within life, they will only see what they want to see. They will only hear what they want to hear. And I know that you feel inside yourself that the anger that is within you, that you feel as though you are failing. You are failing of spirit, you are not. You remember this. When it comes to man of the earth or woman of the earth, they are the ones that do not see what spirits see. And they may say things that they do not understand how much hurt and pain it can give. But we know you. So we will now make sure as from now that will not happen to you again. We will raise the vibrations within you. You are very lucky because you have those within your group that love you. You have a vessel here that has been sent to help you and to guide you. Listen to the words of wisdom, then they speak to you, because this will lift you up and raise your vibrations. Do not worry about others. Concentrate on the most important, you yourself, and know and remember, we in spirit are with you constantly. You understand, brother?
Yes, sister, as long as I'm not draining spirit too much.
My brother, let me tell you this. Where you are concerned, because you are a worthy vessel, it is us in spirit that have to be careful that we don't drain you. We will love to work with you constantly day and night, but we know that man within life has to have the time to replenish the energies within. So do not feel that when you ask a question that you call upon spirit, you are draining us. You are not. We love one that is worthy. We love one that is true. And that, brother, is yourself. Lift your heart, lift your eyes, and know that you do not walk alone when spirit walk at your side. You understand me?
Yes, sister, God bless you for everything.
You, my brother, it's us that should bless you.
Right. Denise, do you want to ask your question? Nope.
Hi, Sister Savannah. Can I ask another question, please? Sorry, I'm waiting to you're not in. Sorry, I'm going to ask about spiritual healing. Now, I would like to do spiritual healing, but would like to work with animals. Is there a choice, or do we have to work with humans and not? Sorry, I don't even know which way I'm saying this. I would really like to heal animals and work as healer. Is that okay?
Please listen to me, because I will give your question to myself.
Sorry.
You are asking the question, and please forgive me, my dear, because you see, we feel your heart. We feel within your words. You want to be a healer to those of the creatures of the earth, to all creatures. And you are asking, how do I get to find out how I can do this? Do I need to have a certificate? Do I need to go down a training course? That I can tell you the answer straight away, no. You see, all men that are healers within life can give healing to creatures, great and small. And you give this freely because you give it first of all through your heart. You can feel the pain, the suffering of the creature, and you try to do your best, but you don't know whether you are doing the right thing or the wrong thing. Well, you see, you have just done the right thing, because you have called to spirit and you have asked, can I become a healer to that of the creatures, to animals within life? Yes, you can. And if you have faith within yourself, trust within spirit, call upon them, and the healer of the animals through you will be shown, will be given. You understand?
Thank you. Yes, thank you.
God bless you, my dear.
Sister Safena, sorry, I know I'm annoying, but can I please ask?
My dear, but we love it.
Can I ask one more question about the healing? Do spirit send animals to you? Like, what's happening to me is, I know everybody's way to say I'm nuts, but I'm actually being serious. I've been getting a lot of birds coming to me. I get a seagull taps at my window 3 times, 4 times a day for food, and I'll go and feed it. I'll sit and tell it I love it, and I love nature. Honestly, that brings at my heart. I love nature, I love everything to do with nature, and want to heal it so, so badly. Our spirit bringing the seagulls and the birds to me to help me with that in the healing process, to try and heal.
Yes, my dear, it's the way that it is. But you are forgetting something that is very important. The creatures of the birds, the seagulls that come to you, they know where to come because they sense it within themselves, because you see, they are a living spirit and they know who they can turn to. I will give you a story and you can ask the vessel afterwards if this is true. We took this vessel to a place in Wales where he was to take a service, and he stayed at an hotel, and every morning when he got up to have breakfast, the owner, an elderly gentleman, would always open that of the doors to let that of the seagulls enter into the room where food was being served and place food for the creatures. You see, he too was a healer to the animals, to the birds, to the seagulls. So you see, you are not the only one where life is concerned. There are many that can be used in the way of serving God. You understand?
Yes, thank you, Sister Safena.
God bless you.
Thank you.
Right. I'm going to just reach out to some people. I want you to put your thumb up or your thumb down if you don't have a question. Sharon? Thumbs down. Adam and Lindsay? Thumbs down. John and Janice or anyone else? Nothing. Lynn? Right. Guess that's it tonight then. I don't think anyone has any more questions, sister. If you wish to return the vessel.
First of all, my brother, I want to thank each and every one who has asked questions of me, because you see, you do not understand this, but I will explain. When you ask questions of me that uses the vessel, it makes me stronger. It gives me greater energies, and it helps me to move forward, to look for more knowledge to share with you. You are very privileged, as so am I, to be in a true spiritual group with people that are genuine, that are true, and true to themselves. So now I will step aside but I want you to know whenever I am needed, I will use the vessel and I will answer questions because this is part of my duty. God bless you all, and I thank you as I leave you, and let that of the vessel return to be himself, to know that this is what we are about in the realms of spirit, by letting you know this. Everything within life has a purpose. Every purpose has a meaning, and every meaning has feeling. So I'm going to say God bless you, and thank you all. God bless you.